a video this morning, it's not morning. We're going to start with a video, just a short one, just to kind of make the point about the importance of perspective and how, you know, things can happen that aren't necessarily positive things, but it really is important, our perspective. Yeah. So we're going to start with that, and then we're going to get into it. Okay. Hey, Tarla.
Hi.
Hey. So hopefully the sound comes through. It's not very long. It's not even 2 minutes. So I don't know. Will we be able to see them? They can give us thumbs up.
Yeah, hopefully it works, because I know the last time I tried to do this, didn't turn.
The first one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to hit play and hope you guys are seeing it. Yeah, my computer's working really, really hard.
There it goes.
Maybe.
There we go.
Yeah, it's coming. It's a coming. There's not.
I've never been booed off stage before.
Oh, where's the sound?
But I just remember looking out.
All right.
Okay, we're trying.
I've never been booed off stage before, but I just remember looking out and seeing like everybody. Even old people, I was like, who boos a child pursuing his dreams? Like, this is the meanest crowd in the world. And that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Best thing, because before that time, I had never bombed, let alone got booed off stage. And bombing was horrifying. Nobody wants to bomb. Nobody, you know, when people say you do comedy, what happens if nobody laughs? I don't know. So that night was liberating because I failed so far beyond my wildest nightmares of failing that it was like, hey, they're all booing. My friends are here watching. This is not that bad. And after that, I was fearless.
All right. So yeah, so we just wanted to kind of start with that, kind of to give us perspective. Did you guys hear it okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, and so just to, you know, we all have different areas that that bring fear, and where fear wants to rise up. And so, you know, whether it's talking to people, you know, answering their questions, doing follow-up, speaking in front of people, you know, for him, I just love that perspective where the worst case scenario happened, but he was okay, right? And just to realize that even the worst case scenario, you know, somebody laughing at you or you know, not listening to you or whatever it is, whatever that worst case scenario is, it's actually not that bad. And so just to kind of picture that, and then your perspective, just to realize that, you know, I'm actually okay, and it's not the end of the world, and then you can kind of move on. All right, some residue from last week. So yeah, so we just wanted to just talk about perspective, and, you know, specifically when it comes, you know, to our business, but you know what, those principles affect every area of our life. And so the first thing is, you know, keeping it simple. You know, one of the perspectives we can have is that doing Plexus, having your own business, doing network marketing, learning the information, all that stuff, if we actually think it all through, it actually can get really complicated, right? And that is one perspective, and that can cause people to actually just stop and freeze and just want to give up, right? Or hitting a barrier. Let's say, I know there was a lot of people over this weekend with the special that they were having issues with their credit cards getting, you know, going through. And it wasn't that there was a problem with their credit card, but just with the Plexus site and their new, what do they call it? The fraud, you know, trying to protect from fraud, which is a good thing, right? But you hit a, you know, you kind of hit a barrier, and it's easy to get super frustrated, right? instead of saying, okay, you know what, this isn't the end of the world. If I can't get my free shipping, oh well, it's going to cost me $10 extra or $12 extra. Is that the end of the world? No. Is it worth me getting all frustrated? No, right? So it's all about perspective. And so just in keeping things simple, if we look at the whole thing, it can get complicated. So let's not do that, because it doesn't need to be. Is it going to be hard at times? Yeah. Are we going to have to, you know, get out of our comfort zone? Yes. Is there things that we're going to have to just say, you know what, is that really that important? You know, I wanted it to be smoother. I wanted it to be quicker, you know, but if it's not happening that way, that's okay. And actually just to step back, because it really is supposed to be, I know for me, and I preach it all the time, just about keeping it simple and keeping it peaceful. If it starts to get super overwhelming and complicated, take a step back. And so even when doing your business, I know Randy and I mean, there's so much out there, but again, let's keep it simple. And when we're sharing with people, keep it simple. There's tools that the company has provided. They've hired the people to work out the program, to put the videos together, to put the tools together, to put the, you know, the books together, the resources together. Let's use that, right? Like, we can be, you know, creative and stuff, but let's keep it simple. Let's not make it more difficult. We all know life is already complicated enough, difficult enough. There's things that we don't have control over, you know, but what do we have control over? And let's keep it as simple as possible. So that's the first thing, is about keeping it simple, because one perspective is that because it's new, it can get overwhelming, it can get complicated. Let's not do that. Let's keep the perspective of keeping it simple.
To show the success thing that's on there or no?
Oh, sure. You want to do that? You do that.
So why don't we do
one of the tools.
One of the tools.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to our share. This will be our commercial break here. I just had to go check on the cat. Cat was meowing like crazy, but he just wanted to go hang out in the garage, so catch some mice. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to put share screen, and I'm going to go. I don't know if you guys are aware, but the back office. Can I hide this thing? Get it out of my way. Oh, there it goes. Our back office, whoops, has, well, I just made an order.
Woohoo.
But if you go, to your back office, go to the dashboard here. Yeah, place an order. But here's our back office, right?
So you probably are all aware.
To get there, right?
Just a reminder. Yeah.
So literally, we don't need to learn anything other than what Plexus already has for us, which is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you want to learn how to use the back office, you go straight to training and back office training.
Yeah.
Bam. You know, and what comes up there is it takes you through little short videos of how to use your back office. Yeah. So, you know, I love videos because they're so awesome and short. And then they're straight to the point. So it's cool, man. And then it teaches you how to do your portal, the whole bit. And then the other thing is, now they got this thing working. It's called Success on Demand. That's brand new.
Excited.
That's brand new. I think that's awesome, because that's how you click on it and it goes to this page and it goes getting started. So literally it takes you through. You get Success Magazine, you get the personal development. You can go by topics. This month is September, October is about happiness. So this I love, because I always have loved personal development stuff, but that is key to growing in your walk of life, not even just Plexus. Yeah. So you know, I think that's cool. Like they got everything for us. Yeah. So it makes it so easy for us. It's so simple. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so you know, we got those cool things to go to, and it's just straight to the point. It doesn't even take us long. And our success guidebook, an hour and a half, and that's done.
And so even like, you know, as we sign up new ambassadors, again, we don't have to be the experts, and we just point them to the tools. We've got an amazing website for them that Plexus has put together that they get to send their customers to. We have an amazing back office, and now with the success guide, or the success program, Success on Demand, that's about the personal development, like Randy said. And then we've got the business kit that comes. those tools, they're all provided. We don't have to figure it out. We don't have to find them for anybody.
Yeah.
We literally point them to the tools.
And we're also a tool.
Yes. In a positive way.
In a positive way. No, but
yeah.
But
really,
each other. The longer you're on, the longer we're on the products, the reality is people start seeing changes in us. But what I like the best, what I'm liking the best lately is when we sign up new people and then we tell them that we're grandparents, they go, "What? You guys are grandparents? You don't even look old enough." And then we just say, "I know, it's just plexus. It's all plexus, And that right there is the great advertisement. So, longer you guys just are on it, people literally see the transformation, and they can't ignore it. Mm-hmm. So sooner or later, they just can't ignore it after time. So that part's fun.
Yeah, for sure. So so the first point was about keeping it simple, making sure our perspective, because we can choose to have a perspective where things are complicated and hard and difficult because they're new, or we can choose to have a perspective where, no, this needs to be simple. I need to keep this simple.
Yeah.
And just to make sure. So that's the point number one. Number two is about your value and your purpose. And in that, like plexus even if for us, we've been in it almost 2 years now, but it's still, can be still pretty new, certain things and stuff. But it's just to realize that if you are part of this, then you actually are capable to do this. And the big thing is you don't need to wait for permission from somebody else to actually step out and do things in your business. This is actually your business. And you have a unique way of sharing, you have a unique way of seeing it, and you have a unique way of interacting with people. And just to realize that your personality and your character of how you do your life, you get to actually express your business that way. So, there are things that you'll learn from us, you'll learn from your direct sponsors if it's not us, you'll learn from, other leaders on YouTube, and it's really good to glean and learn from other people, but not to think you have to do it the way somebody else is doing it. And so I know for us, we're super excited. It just seems like this new season now where all of a sudden, a lot of our team is just stepping out and doing things on their own. And we love it. For us, we want you guys to just step out and be doing things however it makes sense to you. Whatever fits into your life, just do that. And we're here, we just want to cheer you on and be a tool, be a resource, but we just want to cheer you on. We can share what has worked for us and what hasn't.
And that's the cool part about this type of business. It's just natural. You get natural growth, right?
Yeah.
And you just naturally, that's why in that success part of personal growth is so awesome, because we just naturally continue. We all grow.
Yeah.
We're all growing this thing in different degrees.
Yeah.
And and are we staying on our target so far? I think so.
Okay. So part of that, just valuing and that's where the personal development comes in with the success on demand. Because you know what? We can have grown up in, the healthiest family with the best parents that knew how to speak value into us and stuff. But we all have areas where we still, have to struggle and work through and make the choice to value ourselves, right? And actually to know that, I'm actually good at things, and to know that it's okay to celebrate those things that you're good at. And so that personal development and valuing yourself goes hand in hand. And that's why I'm super excited about the Success on Demand. Like the resources they're providing for us. And what I love is just how they're helping us to keep it simple. We actually have access to all of the books, all the resources that are on that program, but they're taking it and they're taking the initiative and saying, each month we're going to choose a topic and we're going to put a resource with that topic. You don't have to follow it, but I love that they're actually putting that out there and figuring it out for us. And then that's, again, a simple way to be able to as we grow our team and new ambassadors come on, just to say to them, you know, this is a great resource, because I know personal development is something that, you know, as we've asked different leaders that are doing really well, and even people that aren't in Plexus, that personal development is huge. It's vital.
Yeah,
it's actually vital. It's
vital.
Essential.
It's what gets them. It's what gets us through the tough times, right? Not just the good times, but also the tough times.
Yeah.
And, you know, I learned something today. I was listening to a program, and they're talking about the aspect of what faith even really means, and it was like a really big light bulb went on for me. And he was talking about faith. You know, faith is like, yeah, you just got to believe. You got to set your goal, and you know, and I'm going to believe it. I'm hanging on. But what he said was, and what the actually a more accurate definition of what faith really is defined as, it's the determination and the perseverance of, that's my target and that's where I'm going, and I refuse to give up, and I refuse to quit. And that's what he said. That's what faith really means. It's really not, well, man, I don't have enough faith. Well, no, that's a misunderstanding of what faith really means. What faith really means is, that's the target, that's my goal, that's what my dream is, and I just refuse to quit. That's real faith. Yeah. It's just, I'm determined, and I refuse to quit. And you know, we're all in that area, and I just want to congratulate you guys. You guys are just refusing to quit. You know, you're gonna be the overcomer. You're gonna finish the race, and we're all gonna be celebrating it. Yeah. You know, at different stages all the time. Yeah. And I like that. Yeah. I like that definition of it.
Yeah, no, that's great. And just persevering and just keep going through, and just the goal, I mean, is to get to the end, to get to the target, the financial target, you know, the size of your business. But the process of who you become along the way is actually just as important, if not more, because that affects every area of your life. And I know I shared this, I think I shared it last week, but there was a quote from Charles Robinson, who is one of the executives with Plexus. And he said, it doesn't matter how long it takes, it's about the person you become along the way. And I love that, right? Because it is, how do we face adversity? How do we face our fears? How do we interact with people when we have disagreements, right? How do we, you know, are we willing to celebrate and grow? Well, you know, we have our disagreements, right? And it's how we handle them, right? So, and just about the faith thing. So the third point we want to touch on is destiny, and that includes, you know, who you are, but what your reason, what it is and why it is that you're doing what you're doing. And that includes Plexus, right? Each one of us have our reason. You know, if your reason didn't come from you, if it was something that you were talked into or whatever, you know what, that's not going to sustain, right? And so each one of us have to decide that we know that we want to be a part of this, right? And so whether it's going to happen fast or slow, that's not the point. The point is that we know that this is going to be part of our life, you know, and each one of us kind of have a different picture of what it looks like in our life. Yeah. But if we know that this is something that's supposed to be part of our life, then that actually sustains us, so that when it does get hard, it's like, you know what, this is hard. This isn't happening as fast as I wanted it to. But there is no other option, because I've made the decision that this is going to be a part of my life, period. Right? And so then when it does get hard, the option of quitting isn't there. It's just not there. Yeah. Right?
And it's cool. I love it, because part of, you know, doing Plexus, you know, we've been on 2 years, like I said before, it actually becomes we become our own advertisement, because not only does it affect us physically, it affects us mentally and emotionally, where I used to be a little more drained and exhausted, and my creativity wasn't always there. But now it's like, man, I got so many things on my plate that I'm wanting to do more and more of. It's like I got my second breath for the second, you know, other half of my lap race and to finish well. And now I just got way more energy. I got way more, my mind is just way more creative, and there's things I want to do. So I tell people my age, man, I'm doing this because I want to be healthy. But I need to stay healthy, because I want to finish strong, and I need to be healthy to do what I want to do. I don't want to be, you know what, dragging myself there. I'll be running there, and then I'll just done. You know, so you know, that's what I tell people now. You know, I said, man, I need to stay as healthy as possible because I got so much on my plate now. I've got way more things that I've written down and set for goals than I had previously because I just got that much more energy and drive again. So that psychs me up, you know. So yeah.
No, that's good.
Cool.
That's good. Yeah. So no, that's good. Yeah. So again, about perspective, right? If our perspective isn't strong enough, that if our reason isn't strong enough, then it's easy to say, well, when it gets hard, well, I just quit because it's not important enough. But I know for so many of us, I mean, it's changed our health. It's changing the health of so many people that we know that it's like, well, I have to keep doing this. It's not something that's a drudgery. It's like, how could I stop? You know, there's people that need this. You know, if they choose to say no, I feel bad for them, but I know that the products work. We've been doing it long enough. The products work. You know, the compensation plan works. You know, there are people that it's happening faster, but the plan works, right? And so it's like when it gets hard, quitting isn't an option. Nope. You know, we have our frustrating moments, you know, our frustration moments when, let's say, you know, like with the ordering this weekend, it's like, well, no, that was a little frustrating because we weren't able to get the discount for free shipping because for whatever reason it wasn't working. But it's like, we're not going to be like, oh, screw this company sucks, right? It's like, oh, well, okay, it would be nice to get the free shipping, but it didn't work, whatever, right? We still want our products. That's minor. So, yeah, and so I guess we just kind of want to kind of wrap it up. And I guess like just the focus, like about perspective. And you know what, it is something that we kind of almost have to discipline and train ourselves in, because it's easy to let what's right here in front of us, the frustrations in front of us, become so big, you know, so big that it kind of like steals our joy, steals our focus away from what's really important. Yeah. And so perspective. So so just a couple of points we touched on was, you know, keeping it simple. Is it going to be hard? Yeah, there's going to be hard times. There's going to be things that don't work out exactly how we want, but it doesn't need to be complicated. So keeping it simple, knowing that you have value and that your purpose in this is actually to become the best you. That's actually the purpose. At the end of this whole life thing that we're doing, the purpose is for us to become the best us, not the best version of somebody else. Actually, I read something. I'll just quickly say this. If you try to be like somebody else, you're never going to be better than second best, because you were created to be you. And I love that. I read that today and I was like, wow, you know, how many of us think, well, I'm not good enough. I wish I was like this person or like that person. No, that's a lie. You know, each one of you have value in who you are. And the goal is to become the best you. So that was point number 2, is value and purpose, that you have value, you have purpose in being you.
Yeah.
And then the third point is destiny. Yeah. Is plexus part of your destiny? If you know that you know that you know that you know that plexus is a part of your life because you've chosen that and that is clear to you, then don't quit. Don't quit. Just keep going. Whatever you need to do to keep yourself encouraged, remind yourself of why, stay connected. That's, you know, as Randy said, we're a tool, not just of plexus knowledge, but I mean, we really want to be here as a voice of encouragement and to cheer you guys on. We want you guys to know that we're in your corner. Yeah. We got your back. You
know, last couple of weeks, you know, for me, perspective, we watched a couple of war movies, actually. You want perspective, man. We watched a couple of movies because, and I'm not into war movies, but when I hear it's a true story, then I got to hear it. So I want to watch it. And man, those guys got because some of the way the wars were even done against the people, and it wasn't even all, to me, it's like, it was kind of like power, politics, and money and play there. Money. And it's like, man, some people got so hosed over because of that.
Super
and it's like, oh my gosh. And I figured, man, I'm grateful that I haven't had to experience any of that.
Yeah.
Now we went way past our time again. I know it.
Darn it. Sorry, guys.
So we're gonna end.
Hey, Michaela.
Hey, Michaela.
Happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to end with one more video. And again, it's just about perspective. And a huge part of perspective that kind of goes hand in hand is, you know, being grateful, right? Being grateful for who we are. You know, is everything perfect in our life? No. None of us can say, oh yeah, everything's like peachy, right? Full of cherries. No, we all have things. But it's to realize that, you know, there is good in it. And you know what? There's a saying, you know, this too shall pass. There's things that we've been through before that we didn't think we were going to make it through, but we did. We made it through. We're on the other side, right? And so whatever it is we're working through now, whatever it is that we need to grow out of, grow into, that it's about perspective, and gratitude is huge. So I guess we're going to say goodbye.
Yep.
And then we're going to end with a video.
Yep.
And yeah, we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Yeah. And yeah, again, just remember we're tools. If you guys want to connect with us, if you just need to chat.
Rick, and you guys are laughing at us pretty good there.
So yeah, so we love you guys. We're really grateful for you, and yeah, have a great rest of the night. Enjoy this little video, and we'll chat again soon.
Okay,
love you guys.
I'm gonna share this. Get this thing working. Whoop, where'd it go?
Whoops.
Hang on, I'll find it.
You'll find it. There we go.
The bottom one?
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy.
Okay, good night.
It's working. It's working. Why is it so slow?
I don't know. Don't worry about it. You got 50 million things open. That's probably fine.
Still working. Hang on.
There we go. Perspective.
Good night.
All right. Good night, guys.
See you all.
Love you guys.
You guys are awesome.